Tyreek playing his old team. Clark Hunt says, you know what? Worked out great for everybody. I think that was a trade that worked out well for both parties. Obviously, Tyreek's an incredible player, has done very well in his time with the Dolphins, but I also think it benefited Chiefs. Draft comp that we received, a lot of that draft capital is used to improve our defense. It's a defense that only held Russell Wilson to 3 touchdowns. I added that. Journalistically irresponsible. Agree or disagree with Clark Hunt that this was a win-win?
I disagree. Now, you got the Super Bowl. That's great. Right.
Well, checkmate.
No. Because you don't stop playing after 1 year.
That's right.
All right. If Tyreek Hill was still on this team, we wouldn't be talking about they need a receiver. Now, if they win the Super Bowl, great. But this is also an entertainment business.
Oh.
And they would be far more entertaining if they had Tyreek Hill. You had one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time throwing to one of the greatest receivers of all time. They would be much more of a draw and a circus. I get it that they sell out, and Mahomes is still Mahomes, so everybody wants to watch him. But having him throw to Tyreek Hill would be like having Tom Brady throw to Randy Moss, except they would win Super Bowls, which Moss and Brady didn't. And here's my thing. If you look, I get that the defense has gotten better, but look at this quote. It's from NFL.com. These are the players that they've gotten for Tyreek Hill in that trade.
In the league.
Trent McDuffie, very good. Sky Moore, not good. Darian Kennard played 1 game for him so far. Rasheed Rice, awesome, okay. Really? He didn't look awesome when he dropped that pass in the last game. All right, defensive tackle. We'll see what Rice. Rice is okay. Keandre Coburn played 1 game in a 5th round pick.
Can I add another player?
Now, Rice and Moore combined are not Tyreek Hill.
Agreed. But you know what that didn't include? And they got to keep Chris Jones, which I think is important. And they have the number 2 defense in football.
Look, you can move money around in the NFL.
Yes, you know you can borrow from the future.
If you want to keep Jones, you could have.
You could, but that bill comes due, and the Chiefs are trying to have a 10-year dynasty, so that would be a bad idea. So listen, Greg, I don't have a fancy quote from NFL.com. I do have some pictures. Let's see how the Tyreek Hill trade worked out for the Kansas City Chiefs. Brew, you remember that?
I do.
Hold on. Wait, no, Brew.
We're in 2023 now.
I conceded that.
I concede, right. Of course.
Okay,
because
wait, but I think he doesn't remember. Because, Brew, we were there for that. Give me some more. That's Patrick Mahomes. That's me and Mr. Taylor Swift.
That's great.
Brew,
if
were
you
you
like
there?
living in the past.
Hold on. There you are. Oh, there you are.
If you like living in the past, then that's great. But guess what? I'm pointing toward the future.
What about the present? Can we say in the present where they're the number 1 seed? What?
This is what I see.
Brew, they're the number 1 seed.
Sorry,
Brew, they won. Hold on.
They just scored 9 points against the Denver Broncos.
Can I ask you a question? Are you 100% certain that if they hadn't traded Tyreek Hill, they would have won the Super Bowl last year?
Nothing is 100% certain. You cannot make a strong. If we're just talking hypotheticals, obviously most people the money would be on, even if they had Tyreek last year, yes, they would have won the Super Bowl. Maybe. I can't promise you that, of course.
But I can promise you that without him, they did. Can you promise me that this year they
You know what I love about Brew? He always gives us something, because every time I'm on this desk, you give me something. You say, you guys are just prisoners of the moment. Well, what are you right now? It seems like you're a prisoner of the moment. The Kansas City Chiefs, all you're focusing on is some of the drops. He just showed you. He just showed you. He just showed you.
But if they only end up, would we be? What are we saying about the Chiefs right now? What's the problem?
You're saying that. I'm not.
Greg is saying that too. They don't score.
They definitely.
Then how if they had Tyreek Hill, they'd still be averaging 30 points a game.
Hold on. How are they the one? So last year,
because they haven't played a tremendous schedule.
Okay, but the other reason is the defense. Yes. The defense, which is there,
it couldn't be
because
that way
of the trade. I don't know. I don't know what it could have been. But I do know what it is. Yes, it could be. But I would, Brew. If I have 2 envelopes for you, and one of them you look inside and you say there's a check for $1 million, and the other one I say there could be a check for $1 million in there, which envelope you taking? The one you know?
You act like they didn't win the Super Bowl with Tyreek Hill.
What? No, they did.
I would love, if I was owning the Kansas City Chiefs, guess what? I would love to have one of the best quarterbacks ever with one of the best receivers.
Well, they did.
That's what I would love. And one of the best tight ends ever. I'd love it. Yeah, and I don't think they should have. They should have kept Tyreek. Okay. But good for him. Because we didn't think of him as one of the best receivers ever before he left Kansas City. So good for Tyreek.
They won a Super Bowl without him.
I said that in the meeting.
Yeah, Wildes tried to get us not to do it. Wildes thought this was going to be so bad for you that we shouldn't do it.
We're at the parade, remember?
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get more from the show and to check out clips from other shows on FS1.